Hey, all cinephile Mike here, your friendly neighborhood cinephile with day 81 of Award Season Review Season 2. And we are still in International Week, hopping all over the world to take a look at some great films. But today we are going to be staying in Chile before we head off to our next location with another film starring an Agosto. Hmm. Today is MTV Documentary Films' The Eternal Memory. Written and directed by Maite Alberdi, the film has a very small box office reporting of $67,594 at the domestic box office and $51,019 internationally for a worldwide total of $118,613. Now, The Eternal Memory is nominated for one Oscar for Best Documentary Feature. Now, additionally, the film was nominated for two Critics' Choice Documentary Awards, one for its director Alberdi and the second for Best Documentary Feature. It also won the Grand Jury Prize for World Cinema Documentary Award at the Cannes Film Festival and was named one of the top 5 documentaries of the year by the National Board of Review. Also worth mentioning, Alberti is no stranger to the Academy, as her documentary The Mole Agent was nominated in 2021. So, as I said, today's film has a few things in common with yesterday's vampire tale, even though we're in a documentary. Both films take place in Chile. Both feature a lead man named Augusto. And Pablo Larraín, the director of El Conde, is one of the producers on The Eternal Memory. Now, this film is an intimate look at two of Chile's prominent residents, Augusto Gangora and Paulina, or Pauli, Urrutia. They have been together happily for over 20 years, but Augusto has been battling Alzheimer's disease for the last several years, and Pauli is now his primary caregiver. As I stated, these two were prominent figures in Chile. Augusto, in his heyday, was one of the most influential journalists in Chile who fought to remind people not of the Pinochet regime and what it did, but to not forget about it. How to move past it, but not let the history be forgotten. So there's another tie to yesterday's film. His partner Pauli, an actress who still works, also served as the Minister of Culture and Arts of Chile for several years in the early aughts. Now, the documentary includes footage of archival news interviews of Augusto's reporting, interviews with Pauli as minister, and then intercut with old home movies of Augusto and his children and the early days of their relationship. And then the third piece is almost like found footage almost, where you have a camera at an awkward angle capturing the couple in moments at their home, just going through the normal day to day, specifically honing in on these more recent years. Paula even references it's time for us to start making, this documentary. So she starts to record some interview footage with Augusto. And especially, they also address how they were dealing with all of this on top of the pandemic during a scene where they talk about, the importance of wearing masks and why Augusto is not able to visit with his children. This film shows the journey these two are going through within these years. Now, without spoiling too much, the film highlights the highs of when they're having good days and enjoying being together and seeing how these two genuinely care about each other, but also doesn't really shy away from the tougher moments where Pauli is just on the brink trying to remind Augusto who she is, what their relationship is, what they mean to one another. I mean, the film isn't told with so much of a narrative framework, but more like a daily drop in with these two. At times, both heartwarming and heartbreaking, the film's 80-minute runtime serves the story and these two subjects very well without harping too much on the good or the bad, but just kind of giving this snapshot into the lives of these two without dragging it on for sentimentality. Alberti clearly paints a portrait of this couple who love each other very much, and how the worst thing is that day when, does he not really remember who he is, what they are? All in all, The Eternal Memory is a heartbreaking tale, but very well done. The film is 4 stars for me. Now, if you would like to catch The Eternal Memory, you can stream it exclusively on Paramount Plus. So there you have it. International Week is moving along. We have 2 more to go. We will be heading away from Chile tomorrow. Then we have a few more Oscar nominated films that I have to catch up with, as well as the shorts. As always, if you like what you heard here, please subscribe to the channel and spread the word. You can follow me, Cinephile Mike, on all social media platforms and Letterboxd. Get in on all the cinematic goodness. I will soon be sharing what I will be focusing on when the Oscars wraps up, because even though the Oscars will be going away for several months, don't worry, I'm not. Keep following along with me as I go through the Oscar nominations as we continue to see how this season wraps up. There are some interesting races coming. I'll see everyone tomorrow as we continue on, but until then, this is Cinephile Mike saying take a break and watch something new.